This May 30th is a provincial election. Wondering how it affects you?
1 in 5 women will be sexually assaulted during their time at university. Those numbers are even higher for racialized students, students with disabilities, queer students, and trans students.
Unfortunately, Dalhousie University doesn't have a great track record for supporting survivors on campus. Students have been calling out their institutions for sweeping experiences of sexualized violence under the rug. Universities have really difficult to navigate sexualized violence policies and aren't honest about the realities of sexualized violence on our campus. Students are calling for legislation mandating that all post-secondary institutions have standalone sexual assault policies and mandatory reporting on the number of sexual assaults reported, the creation of a sexual assault division within the government of Nova Scotia, a funding shift from the Sexual Violence Prevention Fund to a new sexual assault support resource fund, ensuring that there is funding for consent-based campaigns.
Tuition fees in Nova Scotia are skyrocketing. Currently, we have the fastest rising tuition fees in the country and the second highest tuition fees in Canada.
In the last couple of years, the provincial government has deregulated fees for out-of-province and graduate students, but fees continue to climb for international and professional students.
Nova Scotian students had to deal with a one-time tuition reset last year, which meant that agriculture, pharmacy, and engineering students had to face up to a 25% tuition hike.
Students are calling for an immediate reduction in tuition fees, fee regulation for all students, adequate funding for post-secondary education.
Students in Nova Scotia are graduating with an average debt of $38,000 because the cost of tuition is too damn high.
Students who take on the largest debt loads have to pay twice as much than students who can pay upfront for their education.
Students are calling for a conversion of all student loans to grants, the elimination of the debt forgiveness program, and the transfer of these funds into the upfront grant program.
International student fees have been deregulated, meaning that they can drastically rise from year to year.
Institutions always fail adequately to support students. As we land in, we need to struggle for housing, part-times, classes, and medical issues as well. And we only get access to the medical MS side only after we live in Nova Scotia for 1 year. And just in case if we have an emergency, we have to end up paying $100,000.
Students are calling for an investment of $500,000 needed to provide MSI to international students as soon as they arrive, as well as regulated tuition fees for international students. So if you want to know what you can do about it, this May 30th, vote about it.
Vote about it. Vote about it.
Vote about it.
Vote about it.
Vote about it.
What about it?
Vote about it.